Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, the day of our Lord, on this January 11th, 2026. And once again, I think I need a break. I don't know why I even scheduled this stream. I definitely need a little bit of a break from you people. But for now, you have my full and undivided attention for the next hour to 2 hours. And I am happy to enjoy this Sunday morning with you. As always, I need to pay attention to the other screen over here. And then I do have something a little funny to talk about. But I wanted to talk, but I need to send links out to the people I'm always sending links out to. Like Lisa, for example, who, in case you were keeping tabs, I had a conversation with Lisa like a couple of days ago. And then she sent me this really long message that I did not respond to. So I'm going to go ahead. And then I did respond to that last night. And then so we actually had a little bit of a back and forth talking about life. And she was asking me like financial advice. And she kept telling me how smart I am and kept reiterating what a genius I am and how she wouldn't be able to basically get through life without my advice. It was a little weird, but, what are you going to do? All right, so let me send this out. So I normally send it to my friend Robbie. I always send him a link to the show, and today is his birthday. I don't know why I remember, but January 11th is Robbie's birthday, and today Robbie turns 51 years old because he is exactly 10 years and 2 months older than I am. So he turns 51 today. Old man. I am not looking forward to turning 50, I can tell you that, but that is still a ways away. So let's see. I'm going to do, I think I've sent it to everybody on text that I'm going to send it to. And then now let me go over to Instagram and send it to Razman, the Singleton Man, and of course a few other people. Where is Razman? I always have a hard time finding Razman. And then I'm going to send it to Kelvin Zulu as well to see if he joins. Send it to my step cousin Michael and see if he joins. And then of course Francesca Estevez, who was our guiding light, the reason that we do the show. I am going to send the link to her. Okay, now. Okay, yeah, everything's good now. I think we're ready to we're actually ready to dive into the stream. So last night I decided that for whatever reason, I don't drink alcohol very often. Now back over Christmas break, I drank alcohol very often. But for whatever reason, I just generally don't drink alcohol that much anymore. Very, very rarely, with the exception of like 3 weeks in December. I rarely. So last night I decided I'm going to have a drink. And so I get up and I pour myself a drink. And after a couple of sips, like I literally started to feel the drink. And I decided that after half of the glass of the drink I had poured, I decided I'm going to abort this mission. Like this mission, no. I'm just going to completely abandon the mission. And I ended up dumping out half of my glass of the screwdriver that I had made. It was really kind of pointless. But I do remember that while I was still feeling the effects of alcohol, there was something I wanted to remember for today. And so there is this feature in Slack where you can type /remind me. And don't even get me started on remind me, okay? But you can type /remind me in Slack, and then you can say /remind me, remind me tomorrow at 9 a.m. to Punch Not Sure, okay? Who just came into the chat room. So you can do that, right? But I haven't been using Slack nearly as often as I used to, right? But I have been using, what is this? Where is this? Oh, I know what that is. Okay. So I haven't been using Slack nearly as much as I used to, right? Like nearly as much. So, but I have been using Discord more often to keep in touch with my pals, Not Sure, and Matthew, and other people who happen to come into the Discord and the chat room when I do a stream. So now, one great thing about Slack is you can message yourself. Okay, and people are like, well, why would you message yourself? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, you have no friends. That might be a good reason to message yourself. But two, like, it's a good way to send myself files. So I have said this before that I spend in my house, other than my bed, there are one of three places that I spend my time. That's either this chair right here in this office. I have another office which is primarily for my day job downstairs, and then I have a couch. Now, each location in my house has its own computer, its own laptop. Well, this is a desktop, right? And then I primarily do my day job on a laptop that I have set up with a whole docking station downstairs. And then in the living room, I have a third machine. And so it's quite often that I'm here on this computer or my work computer, and I want to send myself something so that when I change locations in the house, I can download it and continue to do whatever I needed to do on it. So that's one reason that it's good to message yourself. But in Discord, there's no way to message yourself that I have found in Discord, which is a little annoying because Slack actually promotes this. When you open a chat window in Slack that's of yourself, it'll say like, send yourself files, send yourself reminders or whatever. So in what I'm about to show you, so there's two reasons. Remember, there's two things I just mentioned. I mentioned the Remind Me feature, and I mentioned the feature of where you can message yourself. So, which of course you can't do on Discord. So my friend Joe, RIP Joe, I miss you, Joe. He and I had a DM conversation in Discord. Well, Joe is no longer with us. So instead of messaging myself in Discord, because I can't, I will often message Joe. And I'll send Joe files, I'll send him things. And then last night I was like, oh, I need to remember something for tomorrow morning. So I'll use the Remind Me feature. And just to be safe, why I did this in Joe's DM is it's not really important. The important thing is that I sent myself a reminder. So you can see here, I said reminder, create time 8:45 a.m. New York time, and then a message, right? And then a message. 8:45 a.m. So the way you would create this is you would say, remind me 8:45 a.m. Monday, or I'm sorry, tomorrow. Or I can actually, since 8:45 has passed, I can just say New York, that not sure is a doofus, okay? And then, of course, it's not working. I'm telling you. Well, you can see it worked. The point is that I set this reminder yesterday. At 8:06 p.m., I sent myself a reminder. And the reminder, it did what it was supposed to do. It sent me a message at 8:45 a.m. today. The problem is, I have not found a way to read the message. It just says reminder 2052 set for Addy 24 minutes ago. I have no idea what I was trying to remind myself of. And I have looked, and I cannot find a way. I sent myself a link to Joe, but I cannot find a way to actually find the actual raw text that I typed to this reminder bot. So literally, this feature is of no use because it failed to do what it was supposed to do. It reminded me that I had a reminder. It did not remind me what that reminder is. So, and then at the beginning of this conversation, I said, don't get me started on Remind Me. But so Remind Me was one of the first, it was probably my first foray into trying to have like a website of my own. So if you go back to, what is it? Is it archive dot, it's not IS. What is the archive to look at old websites? Internet Archive. Is it archive.org? So, yeah. So, for a long time, I had this website, remindme.cc, because remindme.com was taken. Wait, no, this isn't it. How do I go? What is the website? I want to look at old websites. Oh, my God. Look at old versions of a website. Wayback Machine. Okay, yeah, it's Wayback Machine. That's pretty useless. Yeah. So I can't figure out how to get the text. But so I had like one of the first. Well, actually, give me one sec. All right. Sorry. Okay, so if I go to remindme.cc, so again, remindme.com was taken, and it's still taken by the same jerk, right? Like, and I remember writing this guy. I was like, hey, would you be willing to sell your domain? Not remindme.com. And it's the same thing. Okay, log in with your private URL. Okay, it used to be, I don't know if it's owned by the same guy or not, but if I can go back to 2006, I believe is probably when I had, is this my website? Let's see, 2006. I want to look at it. We'll look at this one. Yep, this is it. I remember the green and yellow color scheme. This was it. So this was, I was actually pretty proud of this little service when it worked. So the way it worked was I had bots. Like you can see, I supported AOL Instant Messenger, MSN, ICQ, Yahoo, and email. So basically, I had, let's take AOL Instant Messenger. I had an AOL Instant Messenger bot. And back in the day of AOL Instant Messenger, you could just randomly message people. You didn't have to be friends with them. You could just, maybe there was a setting, I don't remember, but you could randomly message people. And so I had a bot, like it was called like its username was like Remind Me 001 or something like that. And you could send it, like you could see here, remind me tomorrow at 8 a.m. to look for a new job. Now, mind you, this is in 2005, okay? 2006, 2004. Okay, this capture was 2004. So this is 22 years ago almost. And so the bot was running on a local computer of mine, and the bot, it would get the message, it would parse the message, and then it would basically, then I had a database. This website was hosted, obviously, and it had a database behind it. And so the bot had to send the reminder to the database, which is actually, like, I look back on that and I'm like, wow, I literally just had credentials on my local computer opening up a database connection to the database, to the raw database, which is like a major security flag, but this is 2004, so whatever. You know, you live, you learn. And so then basically there was a cron job that ran every, so I'm trying to remember, was there a cron job? Yeah, there was a cron job that ran every so often. So the website, oh, that's right. So the bot had to download the messages I think it was like every minute it was looking for new messages, and then it would keep a local cache of the ones coming up. It would send the message, but basically, you know, you would say, remind me tomorrow at 8 a.m. to look for a new job, and then the bot would send the message to you saying, remind me tomorrow at 8 a.m. And you could do it through email, AOL, MSN, ICQ, and then you could log into this website, and you could. Oh wait, I even had a how it works kind of page. Let's see if this works. Yeah. So you add a Remind Me bot to your buddy list. Okay, so maybe you did have to add it to your buddy list. Registered users. So anyway, I was very, very proud of this, and it actually started to gain a little traction. Like, I think at the highest point, I was serving probably over 100 reminders a day, which that's pretty, like, I mean, come on. For like, I mean, I was 20 some years old trying to like see, like, what did I know? But the problem was it needed work. And what often happens with me and programming is I will get something to the point of where I will get something to the point of good enough. And good enough is often a good enough starting point. Like, good enough is like if good enough is often good enough for investors, right? Like, you get something working to the point of good enough, and then you show it to investors, and then they give you money, and then you take good enough to the next level. And I wasn't going to. I mean, like, what did I know? Like, I didn't think that this was I just wanted something to put on my resume, and so it was buggy. It had problems. It would often crash, and so I just aborted it. I aborted it like women are aborting babies today. I just was like, nope, done. And so unfortunately, Remind Me it never took off. It never took off. It was the little website that could, but I am proud because it was a complicated system, at least for 2004 standards. And the challenging part was like the parsing of tomorrow at 8 a.m., like turning that into a timestamp. The only way I could do that was with a Perl library. Not library, as my mother says, but a Perl library. And so, but the bot code was running in C#. So I had to create a little local REST service in Perl so the bot could send the message to Perl and Perl would return back the timestamp. It was all very fragile, like in hindsight, but it worked. I mean, it worked when it worked, obviously. It broke quite often. All right, let's see, 45-second timer. Let me get a 45-second timer, and then let me pay attention right here. Okay, one more message to look at. Okay, all right. Okay, sweet. All right, so I can stop paying attention. Okay. See, look, I didn't even take the full 45 seconds, all right? So what are you whining about? Joke spot. My friend Stefan is in the room. He said I was almost 40 at the time of doing Remind Me. No, I was not. Joke spot likes to act like he's like 19 years old. No. You are a 40-something-year-old man. Just stop it. Stop it. Not sure, saying hello. Where's the game dev? All right, we're going to get to the game dev. So I was saying in the Discord, Wait a minute. I got to stop the show. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. But there's a spider. I got to get him. No, I don't want to kill him, but I got to get him. Wait. I'm sorry, little guy. Okay. I just snapped him around. I had to move him away because he was like literally above me, and I would have left him alone if he was like over in the corner, but I was afraid he was just going to drop right down on me and like freak me out. So like okay, I don't see any others. Okay, so what we're going to do today, I figure what we're going to do is we're going to leave the AI stuff behind. I will work on that because I'm planning to drink again. I'm going to give drinking another shot, right? Like I really want to get this drinking thing down. So I'm going to give drinking another shot because there's some American football games on today. It is playoff weekend. Now, I generally only watch my own football team play. I'm not so much interested in other teams, but it's playoffs, so I'm going to watch. And the first game starts at 1. So I'm going to give drinking a shot around 1 o'clock, and we're going to see how it goes. So I think while the games are on, I'll be downstairs on my couch on another computer. I'll be working on the AI stuff. But I thought today for the stream, there's 2 things I want to accomplish. I want to make sure that the NPCs are working. That is, make sure Green Guy works as expected, and make sure that the attackers work as expected. Make sure that they can still attack you. Now, we still have that gun bug, right? The bug where they hold the guns and they kind of shoot themselves. We'll address that. Maybe we'll address that tomorrow. But we're going to get back to, and then, so that was the first thing. I want to make sure that Green Guy, and I want to make sure the NPCs are working as expected. And then I want to rebake the terrain and make sure the NPCs chase you into the building. So I remember it was Not Sure that had to create those, what are they called? They were like links, right? Like they were like, it was part of the nav mesh, but it was. I remember that Not Sure had to create some link from like one nav mesh floor to another nav mesh, and I remember he did that. So I want to make sure that those, in fact, are still working as well. So let's get started by actually kind of let's get started with the easy part first, which I think is going to be rebaking the nav mesh. And I'm glad Matthew is here, so hopefully he can help if I get stuck. Not Sure says the Redskins will make anyone drink. Well, yeah, they got eliminated from the playoffs pretty early this year, so they will not be part of the games that I'm watching today. Actually, let's see who is playing. Did I have it up? I was looking it up earlier. NFL playoff bracket. There was one team there was a better bracket. I think was this it? The Patriots. So I think I am going to be rooting for the Patriots this year. But they're not playing until this evening at 8:00. So the first game is Jacksonville versus Buffalo, which I really don't care about either team. The second game will then be Philly versus San Francisco. Now, that one I am a little interested in because I think the Eagles, I want to see them eliminated. Since the Eagles prevented the Redskins from going to the Super Bowl last year, and then the Eagles ended up winning the Super Bowl, I want to see them eliminated. But I will say that what does make me happy about this particular NFL bracket is that the Kansas City Chiefs are nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. I appreciate that. Go. All right. I want to make sure that I am taking up the majority of the camera space. And also, okay. All right. Okay. So I'm only going to be paying half attention to the Jacksonville Buffalo game. That is a lot of football, though. That's because I won't finish the New England game, and then there's a game tomorrow night, I believe, isn't there? Yeah, Pittsburgh versus Houston. So Aaron Rodgers, he must be older than me. He's still playing football. So. Matthew says, not sure. Got your nav mesh head on? All right, so let's see. Let's get this working. Oh, let's see what we got here. So I do know that that green guy is walking in the street, and I mean literally in the street, right? So if I tell him to go here, and then I'm like, well, here's a bug too. This says press E, and then I need to press Q. Go to that label, and then he literally walks. Yeah. So I'm going to try rebaking the nav mesh just to see if you hate that building prefab. The building prefab is like the best thing it is an amazing prefab. It's so amazing that I bought other prefabs. Oh, this was the other thing I was thinking. So I think we are good. And this is I'm saying this to myself mostly. Like 99% of what I'm about to say is directed at me. I think we are good on building prefabs. Like, I think we're good. I don't need to buy anymore. I don't need to import anymore. We have plenty. Now, looking on here, there's like 3 or 4 different types, but there's others I just haven't put on the map yet. So in terms of building prefabs, I think we're good. We're good. Okay, so I'm trying to remember, how do I build the nav mesh? Well, where is the nav mesh? It's this box here, right? It's this box, but where is it? Wouldn't it be under terrain? Okay, this music's terrible. Okay. I'm so confused. Nav mesh zone. Okay. Okay. I believe that is it. But where is that in the tree? How do I find that in the tree? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, maybe the big label that says nav mesh zones. Maybe that would be a clue, Addy. Okay, let's try baking this. Nav mesh baking is in process. Okay, I hate that. Okay, the stairs are jerky. You're jerky. It's on terrain layer. No, it's not on the terrain layer. There's a whole thing called nav. I'm glad I'm not the only one that didn't see it. Not on terrain. I made it modular using zones. Yes, I remember that, and I think that was a great idea. Okay, so I'm guessing the baking is over. So let's see how green guy behaves now. Okay, my friend Robbie, I think my friend Robbie is listening. Oh, I'm listening, but not understanding other than the commanders. What are you drinking? Did you kill it? Well, Robbie, first of all, you can type in the chat room. Second of all, if somebody could check the mobile chat. And then third of all, I just got delivered breakfast. Thank you, honey. This looks wonderful. Thank you. Oh, there's rice. Yeah, no, thank you. That's good. All right. So, make the nav mesh visible. Can you? I don't know. You can. I mean, you can make it visible in the scene view, but can you? I don't know if you can make it visible. I mean, I guess through code you could make it visible in the game view, but why would you? All right, let's try this again. All right, over here. Go to. Huh. Oh, perfect. Okay. So he did it. He did it. Okay. Perfect. All right. Look at this. Look at this. We're already making great progress. Now, I was looking, I have my code on a branch called Prefab Goodness. I don't know what I was doing on this branch. It looks like, oh, I remember now. Okay. So I was messing with the prefabs of this building asset because you have lots of, you have like cabinets and drawers that can pull out and the cabinet doors can open. And I have to attach a script to each one. So I was trying to do it such that I only had to attach a script to the prefab. And then hopefully that would all be picked up. Stefan says, Private Butler, what a life. Okay, that's my wife, first of all. So for that Private Butler, there are sacrifices that must be made. I think you know what I'm talking about, because you too are a married man. Okay, so let's, we come over here. I'm just going to check this all in, okay? Rebaked, nav mesh, and other things. Okay. All right, I don't know what those other things are. They probably broke some stuff. Oh wait, I wanted to push that. All right, okay. Remind me to push. Okay. I'm gonna commit something else in, but just remind me to push. Oh, this is good. Oh, just put onion in. So it's onion, eggs, bacon, and rice. It's very, very Thai. Oh, there's cheese, which is not Thai at all. All right. So. One thing that should be easy to fix is that it says press E to interact. You got to press Q because I changed things around a little bit. So we can just fix that text. Sorry, I don't want to chew in your ear. But I'm going to chew in your ear. Ah. Oh. Okay. And Robbie, since you're listening, happy birthday. I already said that earlier, but I don't think you were listening then. Happy birthday, old man. So it's like I said, Robbie is about 10 years and 2 months older than I am. So whereas I turned 41 this year, he turns 51. 51 years old. Old man. Old man. All right. What was the exact text there? I'm just going to search by the text. Sorry, I'm paying attention over here. I should have set a timer. All right, so let's go back to green guy and look at the text where it says to interact with him. All right, so this is saying to interact with. Let's just look up to interact with. item entity. Okay. I believe this is the text, although I probably want to change both, but I don't. Okay, so this is the hover text for a friendly NPC, which of course the green guy is. So we can just simply just change that to Q. No, not exclamation point, to Q. Now, what's the other one was for items. Well, I'm trying to remember. Let's see. If I have a gun, okay, so I take my pistol. Uh-oh. Unity's doing what Unity does. Come on, Unity. Is the whole computer... And there's lots of UI bugs. And to think, I thought the AI was a priority. No. There's plenty. Oh my God. All right, I don't think we're gonna get I don't think we're gonna get that beta out by the end of the year, boys. I don't think it's happening. All right, so let me come over here. Let me take a flashlight and drop it. Okay. So the flashlight is dropped. And then this is going to say press. Okay, perfect. All right, so that is the item interaction. Oh man, there's bugs. Okay, so let's see. I have rice in my beard? Okay, so now we have that fixed. We did, that was just text. Fixing, I don't know, fixing hover text on items and NPCs. All right. I was thinking also, at some point, we probably want to have hover text on dead NPCs, right? Because, like, if you kill an enemy NPC, you might want to loot it. I don't know. Again, this game's going to have everything except gameplay. That's just... I kind of accepted that this game is going to have everything except an actual game. It's like, in my mind, if I build enough features that I have seen in other games, the game will just magically appear. Like, that's what's happening in my mind. But we'll see. I'm taking another bite. This is good. I'll mute myself so you don't have to listen to me chew. So good. So Robbie's talking to me in text. Apparently he is listening. He says, Jen says hi, which is his girlfriend, his long-term girlfriend, which I don't know why they haven't married. They have literally... So here's a fun story about Robbie. Well, I have a few. But Robbie and his girlfriend met the same summer that me and my baby mama met. Now, I have one baby mama. My baby is 31 years old, turning 32. So that tells you how long Robbie and this girl have been together. Now, they are in their 50s, right? So, like, baby making time is long past them. It's like at our age, I'm sorry, at Robbie's age, Robbie can make babies, but Mrs. Robbie probably not. But the point is there's no reason they can't get married. Like, there's no good reason they're not married. I'm starting to get annoyed that they're not married. Like, they should be married. Why they're not married, I don't know. It's none of my business. But the older they get, the more of my business it becomes. Now, I've talked about Robbie before in the past because Matt and Not Sure, you might recall that I talked about the one person in this world that I don't consider myself a hate person. Like, if I say I won't often say I hate somebody, right? Like, I just won't say that. I don't know. Like, I've tried to become very zen and very like almost Buddhist-like, and like, well, everybody has their flaws. Just because I don't agree with the way that somebody's doing something, I don't, like, you know, try to be very like, don't want to hate anybody. Except Robbie's stepdad, Craig. I fucking hate that man. That man, Now he must be 70 something, and I know Craig is a father. He's not Robbie's father, but he is a father. So I wouldn't wish anything bad on him because of that other person. But I fucking hate that man. What a fucking horrible person. Just a fucking terrible person. Oh, I hate Craig. So Matthew says a game system simulator. Yeah, that's basically what we're creating. We're not actually making a game. We're making a game system simulator. Matthew says some people just don't marry. My ex-parents never married but have always been together. I guess, but at some point, just get married already. Just do it. Robbie says, okay, Cookie Monster, I don't do a call. So Robbie is like lagging really far behind. Like he's responding to things I said 10 minutes ago. So he says, "Are you infested?" I guess he's talking about the spider. This effing guy over here. Let's chat game talk. You knows I'm a gamer. LMFAO 34 yeast, and then now he's laughing. I don't know what he's talking. Like he's just I suspect Robbie might already be drunk. I don't know. It's 9:30 in the morning, so he's probably at least tipsy. Put a ring on it. Yes, put a ring on it, Robbie. Put a ring on it. Dude, put all this stuff. There's the chat room for YouTube. Stop texting me and put it in the chat room. Jeez Louise. Oh, so good. Okay. Nothing gets people to watch your stream better than than choking on the stream. All right. Now Robbie is saying I love you. I don't know why. But, He just said me too. I assume he's talking about that fucking piece of shit Craig when Robbie says me too, that he also hates Craig. What a fucking terrible person. Like, he was just... Well, first of all, he treated his kid and his stepkid like fucking slaves. Like literal, oh, you need to go work. You're gonna wake up. Okay, so Craig had all of these like white trash businesses. Like I didn't like, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Except when Craig does it because he's a piece of shit. But what he would do, so one of the businesses that he had was Robbie says, I'm lagging. No, you're just, okay, whatever. So one of the businesses that he had is he did paper delivery, bulk paper delivery. So and this is back, this is in the 90s. So he would deliver newspapers to stores, right? And then the stores would in turn, it was like commercial newspaper delivery. Nothing wrong with it. Perfectly reasonable way to make a living, okay? And so, but what he would do is he would have Robbie go do it. Now, in order to do this, you got to realize that papers, they would print their final edition at like 3 a.m. So Robbie would come, like I went with Robbie a few times because it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to do this paper delivery thing. But we would get up at like 2:30 in the morning, drive into Washington, D.C., not the greatest part of Washington, D.C., to mind you. So here we are, like two 18-year-old kids, 17, I think, at some times, but just driving into Washington, D.C. at like 3 o'clock in the morning. We get a van, like a regular, like, like like, do you want some candy type of van? Just a van filled with newspapers. And we would stack these newspapers in the van. And then we would drive around the various locations, some of them in sketchy neighborhoods, but we would drive around the various locations delivering stacks and stacks of newspapers. And you would start this, like the day started at like 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, and you would usually finish at around 8 or 9 a.m., okay? 8 or 9 a.m. And Robbie, and this was 1990s, like Craig would pay his children, well, he would pay Robbie shit, and me, his friend, would pay even less shit. So he's a stingy motherfucker, all right? So put that. But then there's like shit that was like borderline child abuse. And you look back on this stuff, and like I look back on the things that, and Robbie, I'm sorry if I'm telling too much, but I'm going to pretend you're not here. But I look back on the things that Craig used to say to Robbie specifically. And like Robbie has a younger sister. I have no idea what he would say to her. But like I would see these things, and he would just basically consistently, habitually insult Robbie's intelligence. From the time that Robbie was like 13 when I met him until the last time I saw Craig. Craig would just sit there and just be like, well, you sure are a dumb piece of shit, aren't you? Oh, well, God didn't give you brains, but he sure did give you, a good thing he gave you muscle. Just, imagine an adult saying that to a child. Like, at the time, you're just like, how do you defend yourself? How does a 13 or 14 or 15-year-old kid stick up for himself when this man whose house he lives in is saying this to him? You can't. And so you look back on this and it's like, what the fuck kind of person does that? A piece of shit does that. That's who does that. A piece of shit. Never mind the beatings. We won't even talk about the beatings, but just this fucking this verbal fucking abuse that this motherfucker Craig Reed would do to this child. And it's just, and this was shit he would do in front of me. Like, who am I? I'm the friend who lives 2 doors down, and this man is saying this shit and doing this shit to his child in front of another child. So what the fuck is going on when I'm not around? Oh, God. Not sure says kids are dumb and should be told as Shut up. Oh my God. Craig Reed is just a fucking horrible, horrible person. And he blocked me on Facebook because, so I'm friends with Robbie on Facebook. And Robbie's a little Robbie's a little bit in like the liberal, like as we've aged, he's gone more towards like the liberal camp. I've gone more towards the not so liberal camp of things, whatever. So Robbie would just post this stuff on Facebook. And without a fucking doubt, Craig was in Robbie's Facebook, always just like with this fucking superiority tone that's just of like, well, if you knew what you were talking about, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you had any experience, blah, 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 blah. So I started trolling Craig on Facebook, and then he eventually blocked me. He blocked me. So wait, I am going to use one of my, okay. We're going to get to the game programming, okay? I can already hear Matthew like, what does this have to do with game program? We're going to get to the game programming. But right now, I'm going to look up Craig Reed on one of my fake accounts. Let me see. I don't know. Craig Reed. I don't. I think I could do this maybe by looking up Robbie and then looking at Robbie's friends, assuming they are public. Let me see. Okay, here's Robbie. I'm not going to put Robbie's Facebook on blast. I'm going to keep that off here. Okay, so Robbie's friends list is public. There he is. There's the man himself with the fucking username BuffaloWings.31. What kind of... Oh, there's the piece of shit himself. And now I'm not going to... Like, oh my God. Is that your mother, Robbie? He looks so much... She looks... Your sister looks so much like her. Okay, so that's Craig. Okay, I'm not going to say anything there. I'm gonna bypass that. But just what up? Oh my God! So go. You know what? Go troll this person. I don't care. Like not that I have a huge audience or anything, but just oh my God! What a fucking horrible man. Craig sounds like a reasonable man. Everybody's defending Craig now. It's Team Craig. Team Craig in the chat room right now. What a terrible piece. What a terrible man. I have to troll him for a second. I have to. Let me do this. I'm going to bookmark his username. Give me a second. I'm going to get to the game. Trust me, I will. God. Like I said, I can already hear Matthew Like, in my mind, I hear Matthew being like, what does this have to do with the game? I'm going to write a message. Because this is a fake account. Hey, Craig, long time no see. Remember when you used to smack your stepson up against the head and call him stupid? Ha ha ha. Good times, you piece of shit. All right. And I'm out of respect to Robbie, I'm not going to comment on the first post that Craig had. But let's see. What? Let's see. Wow, this is beautiful. It reminds me of when you used to use your stepson as slave labor while constantly insulting his intelligence. LOL. Picking on children who can't defend themselves is hilarious. You asshole. All right, and I got to spell hilarious right, or else he's going to... Okay, there we go. Perfect. Do we have time for one more? Not that one. Oh, not that one. That looks like one of my... Why do all stepfathers... Like, because I have multiple stepfathers, but like, why do all stepfathers from the fucking 80s look the same? I swear. Like, if you told me that was my stepfather from the 80s, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, I can see that. Let's see. Can I just write on his page to begin with? No. All right. I think I've done enough. We're gonna get back to the game. This escalated. What a fucking terrible person. I mean, he really is just a terrible, horrible person. And Robbie, tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong, Robbie? Like, am I wrong? Like, although Robbie's still, like, he's using text messages as the chat room, but am I wrong, Robbie? Like, no. Anyway. Okay. All right. We're laser focused, boys. We're laser focused. No more Craig. No more Robbie. We're laser focused. All right. Okay. Maybe I just leave one more message. Oh, no. Okay. All right. I'm going to do what Not Sure tells me to do. Not Sure is he's my beacon. So Robbie's messages, they're like, I'm looking at these, they're kind of nonsensical. Like, he says, he says he is drunk. Okay. If I had to guess with Robbie being drunk at 9:30 on a Sunday morning, it's not because he woke up and started drinking. It's because he hasn't been to sleep. If I had to guess. He just hasn't gone to bed yet. Okay, we're going to get to the game. All right, we're going to get to the game. What do I want to fix next? Not Sure is telling me to work on the text AI. No, I'm specifically not working on the text AI. Matthew says, if I doubled my productivity compared to yours, I'd still be fired. Look, we're going to do this. Just be patient. Okay, Robbie. So I said, Robbie, are you wrong? And he said, no, you're not wrong. No, he said, no, you not wrong. There's a delay. I love you. Love you too, Robbie. Love you too. Hate Craig. Hope he dies in a fire painfully. No, I hope he gets boiled to death. I don't know how that would happen, but I hope it's a slow boil too. I hope it's the type of boil that takes like he's trapped in water for like 4 days, and that's how long it takes for it to get to a boil. So by the time, because like if you stay in water for too long, like your skin will start to like like it's not good. Like you're not supposed to stay. Like we are not designed to stay in water for days at a time. So I hope that's what happens. Okay. So what are we? Okay. So if I go over here, it should say press Q. All right. So press Q. Okay. So the last. Oh, not the last thing. Okay. That's another bug. All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's try, let's see if we can address that now. So I open the interact menu. I press escape to close the interact menu, but then the pause menu comes up. Let's address that. I think the reason that is because the input manager, it's not. When you press Q, it should enter some like I'm in a menu state, and what's happening right now is that it's not changing the state at all. So let's look at input manager. So basically, yeah. So I should have, because I'm in a gameplay state. So I think now there might, okay, pause menu, boat driving. See, the problem, I'm not super happy with this pattern, but I remember talking about the input state pattern and talking about how I wasn't super happy with this pattern in general. But I think what we'll do is we'll just create a, I don't know. We have an inventory dialog. We'll just create a interact menu state, right? So if you press Q, what was E? E was okay. E was for turning on things on and off and things like that, right? So E was for like flashlights. So now I will say something about doing this as like doing the game development as opposed to just talking. I think more. Oh, I was going to say I think more people probably enjoy the talking than the game development, but that's fine. Okay. Else if input, yes. Okay. So the AI is already on point. Oh, we might have a problem also. Well, let's see. We'll see if we have a problem with... Wait, is map labeling a thing? Was that a state up here? Am I making that up? No, map... So map labeling should be handled. If current state equals... Okay, so let's see. I'm not sure what to do, actually. Okay, so the problem is when we press escape. Oh, I think all I need to do is when I press Q. No, I got it. 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 Okay, so let's go back and search for Q. So the player interaction. So, okay. So we do this. I don't know if I've got it. Wait a minute. Where am I searching for, or am I detecting escape? Check interactions. Huh. 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 Okay. I think what I need to do, let's see. We'll try this with input manager, instance, set input state, input interaction. That's interaction menu. And let's do interaction menu. Okay. Thank you, AI. All right. Easy, easy. Okay. So now escape, because escape should only be should only be showing the pause menu if you're in the gameplay state. If you're in pause menu, okay, all right. So we have a bunch of other things over here. So wait a minute. I need to know if something else is handling an escape. I can do this. Okay, so inventory UI, yes. The bottom typewriter, the input manager, interactions. Okay, so interactions, interaction manager. Well, maybe we could do all the input state handling inside of interaction manager. Let's look. Let's look at what interaction manager is doing. Okay, so thankfully interaction manager is not doing a ton. We could do it in open menu, right? We do everything else in open menu. Like here, let's see. Here we could do input. See, wouldn't you rather I be talking about Robbie? Wouldn't you rather I be talking about Robbie? I feel like I would rather be talking about Robbie than doing this right now. No. Okay, instance set input state, and this is going to be input manager. It's going to be, or wait, is it, what is the state name? It is input state dot interaction menu. Okay, now this needs to be, I'm trying to remember the patterns and how it works. Check interactions. Oh, I gotta register. Remember, I have to register check interactions. Remember that? I remember that. Don't I have to register it? How does this work? I don't look at this code for like a month and I have no idea how it works. Okay, there should be update here. Current handler invoke. Oh, Jesus. How does this work? Register input handler. Oh, welcome to Addy Discusses Things, where we have ambient game dev in the background. I don't know. Robbie's still texting me. He's just going, like, there's a wall of text here. Robbie, have you been asleep? Saturday night, did you go to sleep at all? He's probably going to say something like, yeah, I went to sleep at 2 p.m. on Saturday. All right. All right, I'm done with breakfast. We're going to fix this bug. Before we leave, we're going to fix this bug. That is my goal. So, I feel like we could do it in here, but I feel like that's the wrong way, right? So let's just try it in here and see if it works. So when we set the input state to interaction, but the problem is we're still doing this handling of escape here. Okay, I need to remember how the register, how that works. Process input. Okay, so the player interactor. Wait a minute. Player interactor. It check inter. Okay, so process input. Wait. Where is there process? There should be process input in here. Yeah. Okay, so process input does exactly that. Check interactions. How does that come into things? I'm trying to remember how check interaction. Okay, so the process input portion of it makes sense to me. I'm just trying to remember how check interactions plays into things. Like what? Okay, so check interactions, that gets called an update. So that is always called. I see. I see. Okay. 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 Got it. I got it. I got it. I'm an idiot. That's what I was forgetting. I am an idiot. Okay. So the check interactions is just used in this single class, and it's exactly it's. I was thinking it was special. It's not special. Really, everything that's inside of check interactions could be put in update. There's no reason it couldn't be. The only thing I need to kick out of here is this, right? Because this is a manual way of, this is basically overriding the input manager. So what we can do, current focus. I think what we can do, well, okay, this is going to break stuff, but this is why we have source control. I can put this down in process input, I believe. All right. No, I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Or can I? No, I can't. Okay. Okay. This is like a chicken and an egg problem, right? This is the chicken and the egg problem. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have Q be a handler. But by design, Q should only be a handler once it's in the interact state. Yeah. So Q can't be a hand. Okay. So what if I put it in here? What I'm basically saying is, oh, the way you enter this state is by checking for a keystroke, which is only valid in that state. So that's the chicken and the egg problem, right? Like it would only be looking for Q if it was already in the I'm interacting with something state. So what I can do, well, first let me restore that code so I don't forget it. I think the thing to do is in the input manager. No, I was going to say in input manager. I was going to say input manager should detect for Q, but then that means input manager would have to call back into the player interactor somehow. And I don't want to do that because I want to keep the dependencies on the input manager as small as possible. You can see here that, well, input manager does not know about a lot of other classes as it should be. By design, it shouldn't need to know about the player interactor class, right? So how do we do this? I guess what we do is we take, I guess we okay, I'm going to move it into update. Okay, I'm just going to put it back where it was. No, I'm not. No. I'm going to keep it an update. And then what it will do is this will just set the state, right? This will set the state. So input manager, we were on the right track to begin with, boys. I don't know why you doubted me. Okay, so this will be input state interaction menu. Okay, so now it sets the How did that ever work? Wait a minute. How did this work? Okay. We gotta use an old programming trick. This is an ancient programming trick called breakpoints. What we gotta do is we gotta set a breakpoint, and we just gotta see how it works. All right, let's see. We're getting this bug fixed. Before we leave here, we're getting this bug fixed. I don't care if it's gone from 12 viewers down to 4 viewers. We're getting the bug fixed. See, look, Viewership spiked when I was talking about what a piece of shit Craig is, but then I started actually working on the game, and now there's barely any of you. Like, Stefan's gone. I know that. Stefan left. Iteration managers, controllers. Robbie's he's just saying words. Okay. All right, so we're still here. All right. Craig Gate. It's Craig Gate. Craig Gate. It's getting warm in this room. Okay. So, if I come over here, let's drop the flashlight. The flashlight's easier to see. Okay, so I drop it. Now, if I press R... Okay. So, let's look at the call stack. I don't like that. I don't like that answer. I don't like that. Let me see. Okay, first of all, I want to delete all of these. Can I delete these? Why can I not remove these? Okay, maybe I can't remove them when... No, why can't I... Oh, it's because they're autos. Okay, I'm going to look at current handler. I just want to look at... Oh my jeez. Oh my stars and garters. Come on. Oh, it's an action. Okay. Okay. No, I want to look at input handlers. That's what I want to look at. Robbie is writing a book. Like I am just like looking at the text messages, and Robbie is writing a little book over here. Okay. So I am guessing that this process input gets set as the gameplay action, essentially, right? So basically what you see here is you see gameplay, boat drive, like depending on the state, you have certain input handlers. So we have the generic gameplay handler, which I'm guessing this process input gets set. Okay, right here. Yes, right here in front of my face. Okay, input manager register. Okay. All right, just calm down for a second. I've got this. Okay, so what? So it does make sense that when we leave gameplay. So wait a minute. This could go. This could go in here. It could go there. I was right all along. The only thing basically what I want to do is this, right? I want to do and current input focus not equals null. Actually, let's do the Q check. Okay, and then we'll check to make sure current focus is not equal to null. Actually, I'm okay with putting that on this line. And then we'll do the interact, and then we'll do the set input state. Okay, let's do the set input state first. So now what we've done is we've set the input state to the interaction menu. So now over in the input manager, we need to be able to exit out of the interaction menu. Wait a minute, I have a better idea. Oh, no. I don't want to do that idea. So I was going to put it in open and close menu here, right? Because we have this. But no. Basically, what we want to do is else if current state equals interaction menu, yeah, we want to go back to the gameplay state. Okay. But we also want to close the interaction menu. How So how do we communicate back to this? What is wrong? Oh my God. Okay, I've got to close my text messages. You do not understand what I am dealing with, the level of like insanity like I am dealing with over here with the text messages. Like now he's sending me like pseudo phallic, like I'm just gonna well wait, okay, how can I do this without showing you everything? Let me do this really quick. We'll do this. Okay, we'll do this, and then I'm gonna show you like it's insanity. It's just crazy. And now it's back to that. So I don't understand. I like Robbie. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm closing text messages, Robbie. I appreciate all the texts. Happy birthday. I just realized it's your birthday. I mean, I've said happy birthday, but that's probably why you've been up for 48 hours. Happy birthday, but I'm closing my text messages. I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see. So we're correctly setting the interaction state over here. But how do we get out of the interaction state? Okay. I got it. What we're going to do is we have to register. Yeah, we have to. Okay, so basically we got to follow the same pattern that we follow in Player Interactor and in other things, right? So we have a check interactions. No, we don't. We have a process input is what we have. So the update basically goes into process input, right? So this code goes into process input. We can get rid of the update altogether, and then on await, we have to register that as the interaction menu handler. So basically, we'll just do this, easy. No, we don't want to cut. We just want to copy, because we are going to alter it a little bit. Okay, just making sure it's done in awake. Easy. Okay, so this should... Oh, wait, no, wrong thing. Oh my God, Robbie's in the chat room now. All right, Robbie, you are free to subjugate everybody in the chat room to the insanity that I was subject to in the text messages. Okay. So we have, let me see, interaction menu. Why is this red? What happened? I know if Stefan's here, I know what Stefan's thinking. What happened? All right, wait a minute. Let's just compile. Initial equipped item is assigned, but its value is never used. Excuse me? Is that a warning? Okay, that is a warning. Okay, so here's the error. Oh, fuck. This is one of those errors you've got to eyeball. Where the fuck is it? Oh. Okay. Now we're ready to test. Let's let Unity rebuild, and we're ready to test. We're making... Hey, Matthew, how's my productivity now, huh? How's my productivity now? It's not that great. Okay. It failed. Did it fail? Why are you just now giving me... Okay, initial equipped item. Why are you giving me that error now? Okay, you're still capable of running. Okay. Okay. All right, we got this. We're doing this. It's greater than 0. It is greater than 0. I don't know what's greater than 0, but it is greater than 0. Okay, here we go, boys. We got this. Okay. So, okay, well, let me see. We've got more warnings and stuff. That's fine. Nothing that we're not used to. Nothing we can't handle. Okay, so I want to come over here. I'm going to interact with this guy. Okay, so the goal here is that when I open up the interaction menu, I can press escape and it should go away without the pause menu. First, let's check the pause menu. Excellent. Works just like it should. Okay, let's try this now. Okay, are we ready? Fuck! Fuck! Okay. All right. Just calm down for a second. It's okay. Oh. No. All right. Oh. Wait. I did set input state and awake. No, I need to set the handler. Oh my, no, wait, no. Wait, what am I doing? I don't think I want this. Or did I? No, maybe I do want it. Oh, wait. Okay, player interactor is what happens during gameplay. The queue still works. The queue takes us to an input state of interaction menu, which I've registered this process input. Okay, let's just test this and see if it works. What, close what, Robbie? Close it? Robbie, what time did you go? Have you been asleep since yesterday? Just answer that question. Have you been asleep since yesterday? I really want to know. All right. Alrighty. All right, we're going to come over here. Okay, so where did I set that break? I set the breakpoint on process input. So it should, like, as soon as we go, let's actually, yeah. So it's wait. Yeah, in player interactor, when I hit Q, let's put a breakpoint here. Well, no, I know that's hitting by the menu, interaction menu. Interaction menu should then change to process input over here. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, Q. Okay, perfect. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set a breakpoint inside here. Oh, I think I see the problem. Wait, do I see the problem? Okay, this is bad design, which is not a surprise considering I wrote it. So this should work because even though maybe it's not bad design. Okay. Here's what I'm saying is bad design. Ideally, when you press escape, regardless of what state you are in, that escape would be handled in one place. However, when we are in the interaction menu state, I am relying on it Oh, okay. I see the problem. When it's in the interaction menu state, I was relying on it getting handled in two places. One place over here on the left for, wait, why is that there? To basically close the menu. And then over here on the right to return the state. The problem is that on the left-hand side, no, the right-hand side gets called first. So what happens is I set the state back to gameplay. And then I come down here to invoke the current handler. Well, I've set the state, the gameplay, so this process, this portion never gets invoked. So, how to handle? That is a good question. How do we handle this? Like, I mean, you know, like a naive solution would be to somehow move this section of code below, or just to move the invoke above. But who knows what other issues that's going to cause, right? Well, will it? I don't know. I mean, it could. It probably will, but let's try it anyway. Okay. So by calling invoke first, we are saying this code on the left-hand side to basically close the menu gets called. And then we'll go down and we'll set the state. Well, let's try it. I don't like it. Oh, I'm still running. That's why it's messed up. Call me love or rebuild. You're so productive. Is O00 equals capital? What the hell? Oh my God. What, like, I see Matthew and Not Sure have gone quiet. All right. We'll see. Okay. So I think this will work on this scenario. I just don't think it's going to work on... I just think it's going to break something. So that works as designed. And then I press escape and no pause menu, which is in the interaction menu, went away. But I don't like this solution. So we need another solution. I am open to ideas from everybody except Robbie. Actually, Robbie, I want to hear your solution. Tell me what your solution is, Robbie. Let's hear it. Matthew said, I'm ready to moderate this chat. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No, no. All right, let me see. I don't think you were here, Matthew, yesterday when Not Sure decided that he was going to be a moderator and ban somebody, and I got angry. Oh, I got angry. Oh, Not Sure is ready with the ban hammer. Okay, I know what we can do. The answer was obvious all along. What we do is we just set the state in here. We just close the menu and set the state, right? Now, I don't like that, but it should work. And it's better than moving the invoke. It's better because I don't know the No, do not! Oh, I thought you were saying you were going to. Yes, it was a 10-second timeout. Do not time out anybody. Unless like we had that discussion yesterday. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry, Not Sure. Please. I'm sorry. Okay. This should work. I'm not a huge fan of setting the input manager's input state outside of input manager, but it is what it is. I can live with that more easily than I can live with moving this invoke. So let's try that. I didn't know it would delete all their messages. Ugh. Robbie, you still have not told me whether or not you have been up since yesterday. I really want to know. I think Robbie's passed out. Let me see. All right, I think this will work. And then I think I'm going to go shower. You ever, like, smell yourself? You ever, like, accidentally smell yourself and then you're like, oh, yeah, I need to shower. Oh, yeah, that is beautiful, boys. That's beautiful. I think the last tweak I want to make to this is I think pressing Q again should close it too. Yeah, so does AI. AI thinks the same. Let's just make sure that doesn't cause any problems. Okay, Unity is rebuilding. Robbie, are you still there? Are you with us, Robbie? Robbie, if you're in the chat room, give us a sign. Like, I love Robbie. I've known him since I was 13, so I've known him going on 40 years. I've known Robbie a very, very long time. He is literally the oldest friend I have. Well, he's the friend I've known the longest. I'll put it that way. And but you know these people that like when they these people that are a bit tiring to be around, and you like them, but you can only take them in small doses. We should do all interactions by voice. Well, I mean, eventually will, I hope. Okay, so let's see. So press Q. Q closes the menu. Perfect. Okay. There is this. Okay, so here's something that maybe one of you two. Oh, Robbie's here. It will if you make it. Robbie, when is the last time you've been asleep? Have you been up all night since Saturday? Or like knowing him, like knowing Robbie, like I wouldn't be surprised if he's been up since Friday. Like I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he's been up since Friday. I've got Bryce on my shoulders. Okay, let me check this code in. Fixing bug with interaction menu and Paul's menu. So, okay, what I was getting ready to say is that before I changed monitor, well, no, actually this monitor here, it's not a monitor thing. I swapped this monitor out, but before I swapped, so there's the vertical monitor over here, and then there's the monitor that you guys see. Now, the monitor that you guys see, I swapped it out a while back, like months ago. But even the old monitor, it would do this thing where it would like go dark for like 2 seconds and then come back. And now this one has done the same thing, but it's also like kind of like flashing. And I don't know. Actually, you know what I should try? I should try just another port in the graphics card, because the graphics card has like 5 ports. I should just try plugging it into another port. Push commit. Yes, I did commit. Thank you, not sure. Thank you, Matthew. Robbie says, whatever make it. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you. Thank you, Robbie. GPU driver. No, I don't think it's a driver thing. My drivers are up to date, I believe. Let me see. It could be Windows being dumb. Where's the UI? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's because I changed the resolution got changed. Ancient graphics card, just like GPU run by gnomes. Isn't there like an update or something? Tech support, a debug, system information, control panel. All right, never mind. I'll look at this another time. Oh, there it goes. It's black. Okay, so you guys don't see it. You guys don't see it. I see it. Monitor setup for dynamic brightness. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure not, but don't quote me on that. All right, boys. I am going to go shower. Ah, man, this has been a stream. That wouldn't make it turn off. It'd make it a bad. It could be a bad. It could be a bad cable. But I'm trying to remember if I had the same cable with the old monitor, and I don't remember. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go shower. Then I gotta run to the store, and then I'm gonna come back. Hopefully, football will be on by the time I get back, and I'm gonna sit on the couch. I'm gonna drink, and I'm gonna watch football, and I'm gonna work on the AI. I'm gonna work on not sure what to work on this stream, and yeah. I don't know what could we work. What gameplay could we work on tomorrow night? Do not say AI. Do not jiggle the cable. I could try that. Yeah, no. Think about if you guys have any suggestions as to what you would like to work on tomorrow. Yeah, let me know. Put it on the Discord. And as always, thanks for joining. Be sure to click the like and subscribe. And I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Apparently, I've only been doing an hour and a half streams. Tomorrow probably won't be much different. Maybe like 2 hours. We'll see. Guns. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't even enable that's what we got to do tomorrow. Please help me remember. Enemy NPCs tomorrow. Enemy NPCs. We will enable the enemy NPCs, and we'll try to get those guys working how they should. Robbie, I hope to see you tomorrow. Get some sleep, sober up, and go get a job, because I'm sure you need one. I don't know what your employment situation is, but I'd be willing to bet money you need a job. So, all right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.